That was fucking loud.
Sorry.
You got the clap? All right, thanks for joining us again on a V2VG video podcast on the road again. This time we have new lapel mics, which are magnetized to our... Do I have mine the right way? I don't even know. How the fuck... I don't know if mine's the right way.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out today.
And a new GoPro. So.
And a new GoPro.
But the same
GoPro.
two old broken dudes.
Yeah, we're still broken. Hold on. Hold on, let me pull over here. Before we go any farther down the road to nowhere.
I'm going to jump on one of these jet skis.
All right, hold on. Where the hell is the microphone? I think, so where the green light is the little speaker microphone.
Yep, underneath it, right?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So if you see the green light, that's where it is.
Yep, I think we're good now.
All right. So if you didn't hear me well before, you hear me well now. Sorry about that.
There's going to be some editing on this one.
Or maybe not. Fuck it. All right. So we just came back from meeting with Jennifer Thomas. And she is a director of a suicide. Actually, she's kind of on a lot of boards, directors, on a lot of board of directors for a lot of organizations, actually. It seems like she's going to be a great asset, as that she fills in this gap between civilian life and veterans, and currently serving in National Guard Reserve components. Yes.
So she's got access to all three, which is nice because we actually serve veterans, active serving individuals, and first responders. So
right,
it's going to be a great opportunity. Yeah,
and one of the things we were speaking about today is and we've talked about this before, the suicide rate, the 22 a day among our brothers and sisters in the military and first responder community as well. And one of the things we were speaking about today with Jennifer Thomas, Mrs. Thomas, because she's talked about her husband, right?
Yeah.
Is that one of the things we're missing in our application process for clients is we don't have a intake procedure or questionnaire or something as part of our application process to screen for potential suicidal ideation markers, for lack of a better way for me to articulate it. I don't know how else to say it.
I think that's probably the best way. And it's not just us. I think this is basically across the board. A lot of organizations are struggling with this.
Like, how do you ask without coming out and asking? Like, the VA will, and a lot of medical places will come out and say, have you thought of harming yourself or others in the past week? Like, who the fuck's going to answer yes to that?
Yeah,
like, you'll either joke and be like, yeah, well, who hasn't? Or
every day that's ends in Y.
Every day that, like, yeah, and maybe you're not joking. Maybe you're telling the truth. But most of the time, if you are suicidal, you're going to be like, no. Like, no. Like, but whatever. But aside from the hospital or the VA, a charity organization, which is what Veterans to Veterans Group is, they're not going to ask that. Like I told Mrs. Thomas, Jennifer Thomas, we're not focused, frankly, we're not focused on that. Our focus is on the temporal needs of the veteran or first responder or, family member. We're focused on bills, financial needs, like, what can we help you with financially? What can we help you with? Your bills, your electric bill, your heat bill, your gas bill, your food, clothing, whatever. We're not focused on your mental state. And I think that
we're not completely focused on it.
Yeah.
Because there are things we look for that stand out to us
afterwards,
based on our own experience. So,
like, you always ask during the budget, right?
Yeah, if we see during the intake their budget a lot of money going towards alcohol or
you do ask about that, like, what's the deal with like, why, like, hey, you're spending a lot of money on, if they're honest, right?
Yeah,
you're spending a lot of money on, packy runs, or you're spending a lot of money on vapes or cigarettes. do you want to talk about that? Are you okay? But again, it's not our focus. And I feel now, after speaking with Jennifer, I feel a little kind of guilty for not spending more time, at least a little bit, being more concerned with their mental and emotional state, in a sense.
And I think it's because we've actually gone quite a while since we've done a solid memo on someone looking to get involved with the VSO and try and get treatment.
You're right.
So whenever
we
that
have.
happens,
Yeah.
we go through all the tough questions, but when our day in, day out is basically spent on the money items, it's easy
Like
to
your electrical bill or whatever.
put it to the back of your mind.
And we've also spent a good chunk of time, frankly, not doing home visits.
Yes,
It's been a couple months since we've done a good, solid home visit and been able to be like, man, this guy or this lady is in a tough spot.
Because body language is shit. I mean, as veterans and special combat veterans, you're trained to look for certain things with body language, as far as, does it look like they're hiding a weapon or possibly an IED? Does those type of things? So it comes to, as a second nature when we're in person to look for things, but that still kind of negates the fact that we don't have these questions to ask about certain cues. Like, what other things can we ask and talk about to obtain this information without being, hey, do you want to put a gun to your head?
Right. Like are you okay? And I think, like, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Sometimes it's the simple questions, right?
It is.
So I'm really looking forward to Jennifer's class on suicide prevention to learn these questions and things to look for. So when we do speak to these folks on the phone and or see them in person, we're better equipped to look for these markers.
And not only that, but
because I don't know all of these
even
things.
within ourselves, like, we see each other, yes, every day, but there are times we don't see each other. Be able to that we both have a bunch of kids who have a whole variety of different issues. It will be nice to be able to kind of pick up on some of the subtleties to be able to be the best parent or friend or whatever we can with the people we're involved with outside of the professional aspect.
Like, hey man, are you doing okay? Not like, because we're always like, yeah, I'm okay. Now, to be fair, I think we do a good job. Every time you walk in the morning, we both say, hey, how you do? How'd you sleep? Whatever. Yeah. Which is a lot better than most professional settings. But we could do better. Because everybody can do better.
Absolutely,
because you never know. One day you might be like, you know what? Things aren't so great.
Yeah, or just being there to be like, hey, listen, you kind of look out of it. Why don't you go ahead and take the day and go get some rest, whatever. Definitely, you're right. There are things we could do better.
And there are things, we talked about this the other day, I think literally yesterday. There are things that you can do to mitigate these instances of, I'm getting down. Life's beating me down. And we've talked about this before. Mental health days, as we say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody needs a mental health day. And veterans, they cope differently. One of the things that I do is wire work and stuff. And you do different things. So what are some of the things you do to release pressure in your brain hole?
I do paracord stuff, which I'm working on a project to kind of go inside.
I don't know if you can see my steering wheel, but Chuck did the steering wheel. Literally busted his hands up, but he wire wrapped my paracord wrapped my steering wheel, which is tight as shit. It's awesome.
But
last winter, it's great.
I'm working on a project to kind of go with your wire trees. So
yeah.
But one thing we both love to do outside of eating is cooking.
Cooking, it kind of goes with it,
but so that's something we both enjoy as a therapy. But specifically, as far as yesterday, which is the first time we've gotten to do all year, just the two of us, we got to go have what we call aromatherapy.
Yeah, aromatherapy. Can you guess what it is? Anybody can guess what it is? 1, 2, 3. No, bet you didn't. Bet you can't guess what it is. Oh shit! Stay in your lane, McNeil.
we went to the range. And,
We went to the range.
You know, just had our rifles out and just zeroing in and, you know, just doing our thing. Like, it was awesome.
It was such a nice day. And even though we had to share the range with some other people, it was great. They were on the far end, great guys over there. They were doing their thing, we were doing our thing. It was a lot of fun. Ringing some steel down at the end of the range.
And it was funny because we don't
great.
normally bring the bigger caliber stuff because we spend so much time with our families there. So we do a lot of like pistols and small. But we had the two bigger calibers, the 5.56, and I was using my 243.
Yeah.
And those guys down at the other end were using 22s. I felt bad that like we're doing some big bangs.
And then Chuck's with the 243, ba-doof, ba-doof. And then I have a 5.56, which isn't a big caliber, but it's loud.
It's got some
it's
boom to it.
underneath the
and it's a metal canopy thing.
The metal, canopy roof thing. It was loud and it was fun, and I felt a little bit sad because it was my friend Armin's weapon.
Yes.
His AR. So I was using his, and it was it brought back some memories, and it made me a little bit emotional, but it was fun, and ringing steel with his weapon system. But it was nice, and I had some familiar smells.
It brought back some memories of how he would frustrate you too, trying to put things back together and put things away on the rifle.
I had to change some settings because his point of aim and then of course the point of impact were different for him than for me, obviously. And there was no iron sights. He had sight mark optics on there, so whatever. I had to change some things, but it was pretty close. I was still ringing steel, and of course Chuck was ringing steel. It was nice, and the smell of the 5.56 rounds it's the same. It's the same
full
smell.
Experience. It's the mind and body, the feeling of the trigger pull.
Yeah.
What little or great amount of recoil, the smell, the sound of hearing the steel, like it is the closest thing to being a full body type of therapy. If you enjoy shooting, I think that exists because
it was just fun.
Encompasses all your senses.
And I didn't have to. I don't want to say it like this. I don't mean any insult, but I didn't have to worry or think about range safety because I know Chuck knows what he's doing, and Chuck knows I know what I'm doing. So I just could focus on what I wanted to focus on, and enjoy my time. It was nice. How long were we there? About
45 minutes.
An hour.
We ended up staying a little bit longer, about an hour. But you know what we should do next time to make it even more complete is throw sand in each other's mouths. So then we'd really be back in Iraq and be like...
Sand in my face.
But no, it really was a blast. And, I was making jokes about how, And
take the ear protection out.
At our age, sex with our... Especially having kids, like, sex... It has to almost be scheduled. And I'm always like, thanks, babe, that was all... But that's how I felt with you. Like, it was so odd because we haven't done the range just us. It was such a gratifying and grateful time to be able to do it. And,
it was fun. Yeah.
And I think it's a great opportunity once I can get my membership for us to be able to do the double date and get our wives there and with us and just away from the kids as well.
Yeah, I want to put some photos up. Maybe on the screen here, if I can remember. Screen here, photos here, wherever. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I forget. We went to the range.
We didn't take any pictures yesterday, though.
I was just having fun.
Yeah, I know.
But I want to put some pictures up of us going to the range when we went to shoot.
We did the shotgun, and then have stuff with
my
your
kids.
son and daughter-in-law. So
we went clay pigeon shooting. I've never gone before.
None of us did.
Had so much fun, clay pigeon shooting, trap shooting, skeet shooting, however you want to call it. Apparently, there's a difference between trap and skeet. I don't know. The gentleman from the range alluded to a difference.
Who knows?
There's something. But either way, we shot clay pigeons. Lots of fun. I think I might be getting addicted now. I don't know, but I think there are worse addictions.
And we have our own trap it was missing some pieces, but now we have
You
our own
fixed it.
actual, sling or clay pigeon
Launcher.
shooter, or whatever it's called.
You fixed it.
So
And
we
you
got
tested it.
together.
You and Sarah took the video. You tested it. Launched correctly.
Yeah, so
You launched far, right?
we got to get it out there. Now that we had our fun, we got to
Yep.
get back out with the shotguns and have
And
some
I
fun.
did contact the gentleman from the range about what's the protocol for accessing the shotgun section
Yep.
of the range. And so we got an answer. It's a lot of fun. I am a little sad that winter is fast approaching, so we can't. So technically, the outdoor section of the range is open in the winter, but it's not very comfortable.
Yeah.
So
Anybody who's tried to load and reload, even in the winter of Iraq,
It's
knows how much it does on your fingers.
not fun. So, yeah, and of course the way the range is oriented, the wind whips down. It's not good.
Yeah.
Me and Big P went to the range a couple times in the winter, and it's fucking miserable. Miserable. But we can do the indoor range. It's an extra $25. We'll figure it out. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it and burn it down.
The key,
Not the clubhouse, the bridge.
Yes, yeah. And the key to this is not to say that everybody needs to go to the range or
no.
be a firearms.
But you should. You should. But
It's
you don't
to
have to.
find that thing that brings so much joy and happiness, where you can kind of forget about the world and all those things of daily mess, and just be able to enjoy it, even if it's 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, and you're right. And it doesn't have to be the range. It could be, I don't know, tennis. It can be video games. I love video games.
Yep.
Typically in the morning, something to not decompress, but kind of wake me up. And to be fair, sometimes I fall asleep playing the video game.
Yeah.
My wife walks out. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm playing. I thought I was playing. I don't know." Whatever. Going to the range is fun. Sports, something you can do, preferably with, friends, family.
I was just going to say that as much as the range is fun, doing it with somebody else, having someone you care so much about that you can bond with.
Yeah.
Same thing with video games. You can play completely different games and be on the headset talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I play Destiny 2, have since forever.
Yeah,
From Destiny to Destiny 2. Chuck plays like Diablo or Devil May Cry.
Yeah, Diablo. Yep. And so it's like,
We just chat about whatever, and he's playing something totally separate.
it's just that kinship, that bond, that knowing that if you need to unload about something, you have someone there.
Yeah.
It's so important that we stick together as brothers and sisters in arms, including first responders and including our spouses and caregivers. I mean, it's so important with everything being government dictated and trying to rely on their programs.
So true.
We're never going to get to where we need to be relying on those. We got to do it with ourselves.
Sometimes we got to stick together. There's a lot of organizations out there, great organizations, who do big programs, respite programs. And those are great. They're wonderful. But there's huge logistical concerns getting to and do ball games and all these stuff. And that's awesome. And it's a wonderful thing. However, you can get very similar results from doing smaller events, from smaller venues. And sometimes you can get very similar results from just hanging out with people who have shared experiences.
It's so true.
Without going through like, shit, we all got to go together at 4 o'clock in the morning to a fishing boat, which, by the way, I've done and is awesome.
Yes, and then you get the physical escape from reality, right? Like you're removing yourself completely from your daily routine, but you can't do that every week or every month. So having something you can do to at least take your mind away from things is so important.
Another thing I want to mention, we did talk to Jennifer Thomas today about, and I don't look at this fucking car. Hey, guy. All right.
Wish you could have seen what just transpired.
All right.
He's
apparently he wanted to get around that trike. Hey, whatever. Anyway, we that might make it in the cut.
Yeah.
I don't know. We were talking about staycations versus vacations. Look, if you can make a staycation with your family. Again, going on a vacation is great. You get away, far away, a significant distance from your home with your family and friends. Great. You'll have a good time. But again, you're going to stress out with your logistical concerns.
But extended family, pets.
And that's all part of the logistics, and it's a pain in the ass. It really is. But a staycation, that stress is so far reduced. It might be so much. Just to consider it, all right? Just consider a staycation, right?
Somewhere anywhere from 1 to 3 hours away from your home.
Just chill out. Just
1 to 2 nights.
Just think about the grass isn't always greener on the other side, right? Think about a place kind of close to home that Chuck's in, a couple hours away. A lot less logistical concerns, right? Find a place kind of close to home, chill out, get some family or friends who can take care of your animals or your kids or both. Or the same, if that's how you view your kids. I don't know, maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Well, as the animals, yes, I do.
and just go and have a good time. And then if, like you said, if there's something happens, you don't have to worry about, something happens, there's an emergency. You can get back in time.
Yes, just like if you personally have a struggle, maybe anxiety, like, our wives do with the kids and stuff, you can just go home. Like, you don't have that option if you're on a cruise or down in Florida from New Hampshire or whatnot. So
because somewhere in the back of your mind, you're going to be thinking, shit, what if something happens? What if something happens? What if something happens? Matter of fact, we're passing Mount Washington, right now, literally right now. We're passing Mount Washington Resort, Omni Mount Washington Resort. If you don't know what it is, look it up.
It's historical.
It's historical. You'll see it. My wife and I have gone on we've rented a hotel room there a couple nights, and you can eat there. You don't even have to stay there. You can eat there at Stickney's or a couple other restaurants. And we were there, and probably midnight, we were like, you know what? I don't want to sleep here anymore. I want to go home. We want to be with the kids. And we had that option.
Yep.
Now, if we were in Florida or wherever, we wouldn't have the option.
And vice versa. So if you're out on a date with your spouse at a place overnight, but that place has a pool, and your kids want to just come for the day and go swimming, and then you can send them off. And most of us who are married at our age will take a nap and not have sex, which is fine. But you get that option too. You can have that family time, but also have that separation when it comes, to give. Everybody needs that reset time.
You're right. So, and that's also, and why are we bringing this up when we're talking about suicide? That is something that can release the stress that might be building up to make you want to just say fuck it and give up, right? Yep. Everybody needs a mental reset. You want to get those brain splinters, you want to get them out, you want to reset. Just do something to refresh yourself, refresh your energy. Don't dwell on things. Dwelling on things is not going to make it better. Don't sit in the dark or even in wherever and dwell on things. Get out there, do something. It doesn't have to be a hike up the mountain. If you're broken, don't do it. But do something, all right? Find something you enjoy and do it. You will find something you enjoy. Writing, painting. I don't care if it's listening to music.
Yeah.
Do something other than dwelling on your memories, thinking about your buddies who didn't make it home, or who did make it home, or who are different now, or who did make it home and then became a statistic. Break the cycle. All right?
Yeah,
just break the cycle, man.
Kind of separate yourself from social media.
Oh, man.
Those types
social
of
media
things.
Can be great. It can be. But it can also be so vile and despicable.
Take a break for 1 or 2 days. I know it's hard to do because so many of us live so quickly and with everything going on in the world. But I mean, just to not go on social media.
Social media is great, right? Because I'm connected through social media. But do you really want to be? Do you want to be connected to this vileness that's out there? We're a couple days out from the murder of Charlie Kirk, and now those of you who watch this now, you know, because it's that. But if you watch it later on, you might be like, Charlie Kirk who? Or I don't kind of remember that. But Charlie Kirk is a conservative talk show guy who was murdered, shot in the neck by a left-wing guy, and it's all over the news right now. But it's a visceral, violent murder. Do you want to be connected to that 24/7? Do you want to?
And it's being turned into a huge political thing when we should look at it as a evil individual took the life of somebody else. It doesn't matter political side, religious side.
Do you want to have politics 24/7? Do you want that? Is that the kind of connection you want hammered down your throat and into your mind all the time? I mean, come on. Being connected is great, but it can also be vile. Take a break. What do the kids say now? Touch grass?
I don't know. My kids don't talk to me.
All right. I mean, just disconnect, man. Get out there and find something you love. Love yourself. I don't mean love yourself. Don't love yourself.
I mean, if you need to, that's fine too. But you know, I hope everybody out there that you all understand that our hearts go out to any family members of individuals whose lives have been taken. Not just Charlie Kirk's.
Seriously,
there are so many people who have been killed due to senseless violence. There are many people suffering because of it. Nobody deserves that. So our hearts and prayers do go out.
And you got to know it's true. Look, we started Veterans to Veterans group for one reason and one reason only: to help people. We want to help people, okay? And we don't care about your politics. We don't care about your faith. We don't care about anything. We care about helping people. We're mission driven. That's it. We want to help people. So look, just do what needs to be done. All right. Help yourself. All right. Do what needs to be done.
I think this video is as much all over the road as that guy passing on the way almost head on to us. So
maybe we can call it On the Road Again, Rambling Men.
Sounds like a good country song.
That's how we do it. Hey, thanks for joining us. We're kind of almost back to the house, but hey, you know, this is how we do things, all right?
And hopefully there are many more to come.
We'll see. We say that all the time, but maybe we mean it this time. Maybe you'll see us again next year.
All right. Thank you.